Let's talk about 25 features Uber and Lyft drivers actually want. Hey everyone, my name is Chris and welcome to the RideShare Guy. And very recently we did a video on some different ways that Uber and Lyft could pay drivers to make it more worth it. And we also put out posts throughout different aspects of the RideShare Guy and asked you what are features that you would actually want to see as a driver when it comes to being an Uber and Lyft driver. So we're going to go over your responses right now. And also, if you think of more that we didn't mention, make sure to put them in the comments below. All right, so the first one is quit overcharging customers. That could actually be a really big one when it comes down to it because, well, customers aren't going to be happy and it might not allow them to want to tip if they're paying extra amount because they already think most of the money is going to the driver when in fact that isn't necessarily true. Number two, better protections against false claims when it comes from passengers. Number three, having a real appeals process when it comes to these deactivations, especially when it comes to false claims. Number four, allowing for hailing rides on the side of the street and inputting a PIN code in order to do it in app. So essentially, this would probably be something like you see somebody who needs a ride and you pull over and pick them up and they give you a PIN code. And then all of a sudden it magically pairs you with that particular person and you put in where they're going and then you drive them there and everything is done via the app. So then that way it's not a cash ride and it's through the app. Number five, return mileage pay for long trips or out of area trips. Now this would be especially important if you're going to an area outside of your normal driving area and you're unable to take any trips until you either get back or cross the state line where you're able to start giving rides again. So this is something that would be really good, especially if you're unable to take those rides. Number six, gas reimbursement or some sort of gas incentive, especially when it comes to rising gas prices. Something like this would be really good to help offset the rising gas prices and the low pay. Number seven, more intuitive pickup filters. So you'd be able to filter out any ping requests that might come in based on different factors like a rider rating, the distance away or the time away from your location to the pickup location, or a long distance ride. You'd be able to filter those out so they wouldn't even come to you to begin with. Number eight, expanded upfront info. So you'll be able to see the fare, the starting and ending points, the distance that you'll travel, all of the information right up in your face on the ping request itself, and you'll be able to make a more informed decision if it's going to be better for you or not. Number nine, longer time to accept or deny ping requests. So if you're getting more information, you want to have more time to be able to go through the ping request versus the few seconds that you get currently. Number 10, and this is more of Lyft specific, and that is turning off the ability to reroute riders on Lyft's platform. So if you accept a ride from a particular person and you're on the way there, Lyft could automatically reroute you to a different rider based on a few factors. And it can be very annoying, especially if you're going through a light or making a turn and going the opposite way than where you have to go. So it can be a real confusion for some people, and a lot of drivers do not like this feature at all when it comes to Lyft. So being able to opt out of that or turning it off would be a great addition. Number 11 is having a PIN code in place for all rides and deliveries to make sure that the people that are getting in your car or the food that you're delivering is to the right person. So providing PIN codes on all rides and deliveries. Number 12, holding customers accountable for their actions, whether that's some sort of safety issue within the car, whether it's low rating, whatever it might be, holding customers accountable for their actions. Number 13, in the event something does happen, offering a package to drivers in case of carjackings or death or anything like that. Number 14, allowing the ability to have drivers carry conceal or not. Number 15, all account holders have to have verified accounts through uploading their IDs. Number 16, which does go really in line with number 15, and that is third-party riders have to be verified as well on the account of the actual account holder and being able to be selected on when a ride is being ordered. And then that way the driver will know who they're actually picking up. Number 17, being able to see a rider report card. That means any past altercations or issues that a rider had would be on the ping screen as requested when a ride is coming in. And that way a driver can make the decision if they want to take that rider or not. Number 18, pictures of riders should be shown to drivers when they're picking them up, so then they know who is getting in the car. And it has to be actual riders' faces, not their kids or pets or something else like you might see on the Lyft platform. But all riders would have to have pictures to their drivers, so then they know who they're picking up. Now, that doesn't have to necessarily take place in the event that a PIN code is given to the driver, because that can alleviate that as well. But that is something that somebody had said, so we wanted to include it. Number 19, allowing customers or riders to choose specific drivers as long as they're available in the area or on a schedule. Number 20, which does go real hand in hand with number 19, and that is allowing drivers to create a clientele and be able to schedule their rides and their day based on how many clients they actually have. Number 21, dealing with surge, flat rate, multiplier. Which one's better for the driver? Well, it depends on the ride that's coming in and the ride that the driver's taking. It could be either or. So having a surge that's dynamic to either a flat rate surge or a multiplier surge, or whichever one's best for the driver, which means the driver would make the more amount of money on a particular surge ride. Number 22, most or all of the surge goes to the driver, not to the company. Number 23, name your own price, which is also known as the driver fare multiplier. This is something that happened in California, but was taken away. And this is the ability for a driver to set up their own multiplier. So then whatever the ride fare is, they will be able to have that multiplied and be able to earn more money or less money, depending on many different factors. They would be able to set it up and have their own price. Number 24, most of the fare goes to the driver and not to the companies. Having a cap in place for these companies and not being able to collect more. And that means that instead of seeing sometimes 40, 50, 60% or more of the fare going to Uber Lyft, the majority will go to the driver. And of course, number 25 is boost mileage and time rates for all drivers. And lastly, yes, we'll give you one more as a bonus, and that is have these companies encourage tipping. Tipping is a great way to make extra money, and it is well underutilized when it comes to Uber and Lyft and how they try to get riders to tip drivers. So having more encouraged tipping is going to be much better for drivers. All right, so that is 25 features plus a bonus on what drivers actually want when driving Uber and Lyft. Now, what do you want, or what do you like the most? Comment below and let us know. And if you think any of these features are good, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and also subscribe and ring the bell for notifications so you'll be notified when new videos come out. All right, everyone, drive safe.